All right. Let's get this going. Hey, how's it going? I'm here to watch a debate, and I am armed and ready. We got a good old Farmer John here. It's a tall boy. It's an hour and a half. So I think the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to have it muted so that you can watch on your own. I don't want to get in trouble for getting the stream muted. I don't know what the rules are on that. Doing audio only, probably fine, but just to be 100% sure. So if you go ahead and pull up the debate on your own, and then you can listen to this as well. I don't plan on like constant commentary because I want to listen a bunch. But I thought while we're here, we can chat, we can hang out, have a beer. So we're waiting for the debate to get started. I am checking all of the things. This is a good test stream to see if this thing is stable, works well. So it's gonna be a bit. We'll see. I have chat, I think, working on everything. So I think we're good. I don't know if Facebook chat is working, but we're gonna wing it. I think we're gonna angle this thing down just a little bit. And actually, I'm gonna switch from the cans. Hang on. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm not listening to any of you anyway. Perfect. Okay, cool. These are much better. It's a little cleaner look. So I always hate these things say they go live at 8. It's 8. Still going. I muted the burp just in time. So we're doing okay. All right. We are just about to go live, so I'm going to shut up and we'll listen to the opening. As this gets underway, I think it's important. This debate is all about Trump, and if he can make up any ground. If this is a non-event of a debate, then that means Biden won. As long as Biden doesn't, I don't know, completely blow it, it's fine. We're going to go dual screen. We're figuring out all the technology as we go. There's Joe Biden walking onto the debate stage, staying a good distance from Trump. We'll see how it goes. They're talking about muting the mics, which is very smart. So this answer for Trump is starting with literally nothing. I'm just looking for new information. If it's all the same, then, whatever. It's interesting that he named Florida, Texas, and Arizona three very uh, competitive states for him. We'll see if Trump can not talk into a muted mic. Oh, a man can dream, Billy. If we hear Trump yell into Biden's mic, I would be ecstatic. It'd be hilarious. Biden's a lot better when he's not interrupted. That was very cohesive. He's missing that in the first one a little bit. No. Moderators doing a nice job. Hey, Awake Place. I know who you are. Thanks for the follow. You're testing my little widget, and it's working. Thank you. And it works over here. Right there. This is already way more civil and way more watchable. So far, this is precisely zero new information. This is the exact same talking points that both of them have had. Jake, you subscribed. What a legend. What a legend. Yeah, I mean, Billy, it's pretty much spot on so far. I mean, at least this is more civil and it's an actual debate so far. This is the thing. Don't hide behind percentages. 1% of people is a lot of people. Joe Biden doing the into the look into the camera directly. He does this move a lot. Yeah, 1% dead is yeah, it's a big number. He almost had a good line. He said, "I take full responsibility," and then pivoted to blaming China again. It would have been better if he just left it there. I think he almost had something. Trump actually showing restraint. That's it's a much different tone so far. He's like raising his hand to speak, being civil. That's a good thing. Nice by Biden. It's pretty funny. You saw Trump almost start running away, and then he like reeled it in. So he's been, I think, coached since the first debate. It's better. Yeah. Trump caught himself just there. He wanted to jump in, and he didn't. Yeah, that's exactly what Biden should have done. Do you want to respond? No. That's exactly how you handle that. We'll have to see. One of the key things is if Trump ever doesn't get the last word, he technically like always wants to be have the last word. There, he kind of technically got it. See if that theme continues. Trump going down a line. This was not popular the first time. When you talk about blue states or blue government, oof, that's a big oof. You can't say that they're dying. That's it's poor when you're talking about COVID. Sample size of one, with Barron getting it. Not sure that's a good line, but we'll see. I actually like that Trump is touching on mental health issues with COVID. This has so far been way more civil, and Biden is way more coherent when he's not interrupted. Biden tried to jump in twice there but didn't. Good restraint. Both of them need to hold back on those. Great point by Biden. Blue states, all states. That's a huge thing. Yeah, he talks about New York City a lot because it plays well with more rural states, and it's a state that he can never win. It'd be like Biden talking about Wyoming. It's just not going to happen. From 538, Andrew Cuomo, governor of New York, has a 73% approval rating on COVID-19. So people have actually trusted that he's done a very good job. Trump, on the other hand, I think is in the 30s, high 30s. That might be too low. Maybe low 40s. Here comes Dr. Fauci. Everyone take a drink. Yeah, the mute thing is actually just the threat of it is good enough. They both know how bad of a look it'll be if they get cut off by the mute button. Good catch by Biden there. Wanted to jump in but didn't. This is bold because Trump is getting out fundraised ridiculously, like 3 or 4 to 1 to Democrats. Oh, I'm really excited about this. Russia and Iran are working to influence the election, so we'll see. There was like an email from, quote, the Proud Boys going to Florida. I'm very interested in how this is going to go. key thing that Biden needs to hit on. McConnell's had election security bills on his desk for a year. A little worried about this Rudy Giuliani line from Biden. Yeah, I shouldn't say it. I'm going to say it, though. Seems like an interesting line from Trump, both of them accusing them of being Russian puppets. It's not going to play either way. There's the emails again. But his emails. Oh, tax returns. Yep, here we go. Circle back. They're going to hit him with it every time. Biden actually looking right at him and pointing at him. It's, it's a good laugh from Biden. He's been riding that line for 4 years. He's talking about quarterly tax payments. The the idea that he got within $750 is pretty laughable. Interesting. Biden makes money from China, Ukraine. His face is pretty funny right there. Trump totally not answering that question. Prepaying your quarterly tax payments. Yeah, anyone who has ever made investments should do that. Oop, Trump can't. Oh, he's trying. All right, he pulled back. He pulled back. Yes, that is 100% correct, JQ. They still show up. I like Biden appealing to common sense there. Here we go with the Mueller report again. I hate to say it, but so far this debate is going to change zero opinions. I mean, I'm excited because that's good for Biden, but sorry to let my Biden bias show. But to be honest, 50 million votes have already been cast, and this has not done anything to shake up the debate. It needs to be like a bombshell moment, and there just isn't so far. Biden's taking this head on. We'll see if he did it. Biden hit the mic with his pen there. Hunter Biden. Mark it off your bingo cards, everybody. We knew this was coming. See if QAnon gets in there. He said, listen to this because the moderator was about to move on. Yep, there's the cutoff. Biden succinct and to the point. Oh, Biden got caught. He talked into a muted mic. The mic is muted. Millions of people are not thinking about doing deals in China. Wow. And excuse me to the moderator. Bold move. Here we go. Vintage Trump. There'll be a lot of good reaction gifs from both sides on this. Both of these two guys are talking in two entirely different realities, and it makes it tough to say anything's effective from either side, if I'm going to be honest. Upper register there for Trump, getting way up into its head voice. None of this is. Oh, here we go. Biden's going to try to bring it back. This has been completely disjointed. None of this is landing on either side, I think. I like that Biden stayed away, jumped away from the dollar figure there. Beautiful letters. I still laugh at that. Ooh, he's getting cozy with Obama. Bold move. Biden seems to have the same cadence of talk about what I did in Obama. Well, I guess talk about what I would do, then talk about what I did with Obama, then talk about what Trump hasn't done, and then circle back. He's done that like 3 or 4 times now. We went with Hitler. We got Hitler. Hitler alert somebody. Somebody's got that on the bingo card. Oh, here we go. Trump fighting with moderator. Oh, moderator backed off. Oh, back in. It's just chaos. Back and forth, back and forth. I had to allow you to say Hitler, JQ. The auto mod popped up and was like, I can't let you say Hitler. It's pretty good. I hope I didn't, like, said that I added the permitted term Hitler. I hope that's not a permanent change. That was actually a really good line from Trump about the individual mandate. Ooh, take a drink if Trump says that his health care plan is coming within the next couple weeks. Ooh, that's a bold 4% chance to win the House, and he's doubling down. I don't understand this line. People don't love health insurance. Everyone that I've ever met hates health insurance. Oh, they cut the mic right there, I think. Ooh, Biden care. Ding, 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 ding. There's a new term. There it is with Biden. Oh, this is where Biden lets me down. I don't think the public option will work, but that's a debate for a different time. That'll be an election night topic. Harris isn't more liberal than Bernie Sanders. Just isn't. Ooh, we pivoted into fracking. I respect what you're doing with this moderation, but let me continue to talk over you. We're almost an hour in, and so far, no big deal here. I'm interested in Medicare and Social Security tied to this. I really want a counter for how many times Biden has said, come on. Oh, that was direct out of a campaign ad against Biden about the Social Security line. Finally, somebody who says something that the stock market's not a good measure of the economy. Trump clearly knows that Pennsylvania is an important state. Oh, thanks for the follow, Mad Hatter. Here's another come on market. Adventure Devon, thanks for the follow. About time Biden hit on that again. He's got to keep hitting on red state, blue state stuff. It's a great talking point for him. Pivot to the minimum wage is interesting here. Biden with a great life there. Great laugh there. Sharp moderator to call him right out on that. Ooh, separated children question. All done there. I just want to see with Trump's line there, you built the cages, so therefore us putting them in isn't as bad. I'm interested in that line. Great question to Biden. Love the dreamer talk. Oh, here we go. Every time you see Trump go, I hate to say this, and go, ooh. Oh man, I was leaning into that one. So yeah, Trump is doing, I mean, compared to the first debate, night and day difference. This is, I would say, about an even debate. Biden is also, I think, doing better than he did in the first debate. He isn't rattled as much as Trump kind of rattled him in the first one. I think it's about, I would say it's about even, to be honest. They both had some good lines. But do I think it matters? No. Here we go. Police question. I'm going to predict Trump is going to talk about record low unemployment for African Americans. I'm going to just preload that in. I think Biden's line here was good, though. The crime bill is actually a good line for Trump. Awful line for Trump. Really undercuts himself on that. He had a good line. I have no idea where Trump went with that line. I did not follow that. Biden avoided saying super predator again. Sounds like Biden was 100% prepared for this attack. It's a good counterpunch of the Central Park Five. This is dangerous for Trump just because he could counterpunch with "You're the president right now." Good line. Good line from Biden. Trump pivoted into some conspiracy territory there. A little rough. Ooh, his Twitter comes in. Ooh, poor boys. Poor boys, proud boys. It's all the same, right? Trump clarifying a point that I think no one needed clarification on. Poor boys is pretty. It's a minor slip. I mean, it's Biden. He's gonna gaff here and there, but it's not like a oh my god, what a terrible thing. Trump, you're the president. You're a politician. This is probably one of Trump's most effective attacks, I think. Ooh, that's a flat line. That's a real flat line. That's a really flat line from Biden. There's some more vintage Trump attacks on the low IQ of Joe Biden. I think we're wrapping up. Basically, Biden has to avoid a mega gaffe in the last couple minutes here, and I think he's going to be home free. Wind kills birds. Yeah. I think he's trying to say that the carbon offset of wind doesn't justify the build. I like that Trump found the word fracking and then he came back. He's like, there it is, fracking. Joe, I can't even follow. I can't even follow the number of things you dropped in that. So far, the debate doesn't matter, to be honest. Like, it's not going to change anybody's mind. There's been no major gaffe on either side. There's been, like, both sides are doing better than the first debate, but they're equally better, in my view. So I don't think this is going to change anything. Trump kind of needed a moment, so in that way that Biden is winning, but I think it's pretty even. Yes, wind energy is murdering all the birds. We don't even have any left. I do love inexpensive gas is because COVID and the shutdown. Gas prices never recovered. You're trying to end it. We'll see. Texas, Pennsylvania, two. Ohio, another one. Those are very, very big middle states. I don't think Ohio is big in oil. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it's big in oil. He was naming swing states in that statement. Ooh, both of them are overriding. Oh, I love this question. Biden put the pen away. He's ready for his final statement. Maybe Biden, but I don't know. This doesn't seem like a good line from Trump. This isn't the strongest closing. He he pivoted this into an attack, but it's supposed to be an address to the American people. Trump went off the rails on this one in not the best way. Yeah, Trump did not stay on track at all. Oh, here's a stump speech for sure. Pretty solid. I mean, it was a stump speech, so I'm not like, oh my god. It was just pretty average. I don't think Trump really stayed on track. Biden did, so therefore point Biden, but wasn't massive either way. I plan on wrapping up pretty quick, so if you have any questions, throw them in chat. I guess my I'm muting it, but my general takeaway: none of this mattered. Biden didn't screw up too bad. Trump didn't do anything particularly huge. Um, this is just going to be a non-memorable debate, I believe. Oh, here's the Melania and Trump moment. It always seems a little bit awkward, but yeah, I think I mean, that's his. A lot of it's just his very straight stump speech. I think Biden just tried to kiss his way with a mask on. I mean, it's pretty standard, but you know what? That's what you need. So, it was fine. Overall, I don't think this debate has changed a single person's mind. I'm gonna check text from my family. Yeah, nothing. So I don't think anybody is going to be particularly surprised. It was an actual debate. It was more cordial. Both held themselves kind of back a little bit. Overall, I don't think anything massive is going to change. You've tried to drink water with a mask on. I haven't been that bad, but uh, the mask life is a bit different. If we have a few bit while I'm waiting for questions to come back in, let's see. Whoop! I don't want that overlay. No, that's not the one that I want. Nobody look. This isn't the one. Okay. Yeah. So if we key in, I'm gonna refresh on 538's election forecast. There was a couple of polls that came in. I wanted to go over. If we have just a couple minutes, there was some big ones, a whole bunch. Look at all these Iowa from Monmouth. Look at them. Look at them go. Basically, Axne and Finkenauer are crushing it. Feinster's probably going to win. That was pretty, I think, well known. Um, I mean, all things look to be roughly 3 Democrats, 1 Republican for the House, which I think, again, pretty standard. Yesterday there was a few. Obviously, Biden leading by 5 in Iowa. I mean, a +5, a +3, and a +1, all with registered voters, or sorry, likely voters. Registered voters you can throw out a little bit, so the lead is likely a little bit. So I think Iowa is close. This surprised me. Ernst +4 on an Iowa one. This had Ernst +1. Both these were a little surprising. I'm honestly mostly surprised that Ernst is doing so much better than Trump. I thought people would stick with Trump and go away. Stick with Trump, go away from Ernst, especially because Iowa's kind of screwed up the pandemic response. But down here, Monmouth also kind of had Greenfield +6, Greenfield +2. So this race is all over the place. I don't know where that's going to end up. I did have one more piece I can bring up. Let's see if I can. There it is. I had. Come on over. Come on. You can do it, buddy. Come on, Tab. This is my. I did a tier ranking of the states. The big 3 to begin with: Arizona, Florida, and North Carolina. These are all really, really big states that should be decided on election day because they count absentee ballots at least 2 weeks before. If Biden wins one of these, he's in good shape, probably great shape, I would say. If he wins 2 of them, the race is essentially over. Trump kind of needs a clean sweep of these. Michigan, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin are all the other kind of key states. Then you've got Colorado, Georgia, Maine. These are kind of some ancillary ones. Ohio, Texas. These are ones that probably should go a particular way. If they don't, it'd be a big deal. B tier, Alaska. I had to put it in for the memes. Don't sleep on Alaska. Iowa's, of course, here. Montana, because they have an interesting Senate race. Mark, that's a shout out to you and in the new home up in Montana. So hopefully if Steve Bullock can get the win up there in the Senate race, that would help out Democrats. Let me switch a couple of these around because I was called out for my lack of alphabetizing. I think there was one more I think I missed. It's somewhere in here. It's hiding. Maryland and Massachusetts. That's what it was. Okay, so we're good. So this is like, there's a little bit of Senate, but it's mostly the presidential race. So we'll see. If you go over to 538, they have this nice little interactive piece here down on the right side. So you pick the winners. As I was saying, it's Arizona, North Carolina, and Florida. So again, even if Biden wins like Arizona, you can see it jumps up to a 90%. And if both of the other 2 go to Trump, this is going to update. It'll take a bit. It's going to swing over to Trump's favor here a little bit. So you see, like, it's still even pretty heavily Biden favored. But if Biden wins any of the 2, it's just essentially over. You'll see it swing even further. Yeah. So those are the 3 states to watch on election night. Some of the other ones, the reason North Carolina is so big, if you paint it blue, you'll see a bunch of these states turn blue. If you paint it red, you'll see a bunch turn red. That's just because demographics and how that kind of makes up for it. At this point, it's very likely that like Pennsylvania will go blue. If Pennsylvania goes red, you can see Trump's in a much better spot, and you see how many things turn red, even Wisconsin. So this is a great interactive to start figuring out how these things are all kind of related. Yeah, Montana is just all about that Senate seat. The Senate seat in Montana. Doesn't matter that there were 3 to check in on it. Both Steves, but Bullock is trailing a little bit. So this is one that the Democrats, if they picked it up, would be a big deal, but not very likely. So with no other questions, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. That debate, it was largely nothing. I don't think it's going to change anything, so we will wait and see. So with that, I'm going to check out and make sure you follow, do all the things that you need to do, and we'll catch you again in